Hello, what is happening, my ladies and my gentlemen, and welcome to the Summit 3 semi-finals, lower bracket finals, basically. EG are going to go up against ViCi Gaming, and whoever wins that matchup will be going up against Team Secret in the finals. EG, they're up one game, as they just beat the crap out of ViCi Gaming in the game beforehand, which I unfortunately did not have the time to cover, but I will be taking this one. And just from the looks of things, this is a very, very interesting draft. We got the Bounty Hunter, Dragon Knight, Undying, Skywrath, Queen of Pain line up for EG. And if I could get my stuff in order here, so we can actually also take a look at EG's lineup, which is probably the more interesting one. You got actually a mid-tinker. It's not really a surprise it's a mid-tinker, but it's a surprise that it is a tinker. Lina is actually, this is going to be a full-on carry Lina, possibly picked up by Fear here. So they are going to be rotating down towards that that bottom rune. Looks like that will be contested by VG. But yeah, Fear, basically, this is going to be carry Lina, unless they're doing something very, very different and going like a carry Cobble with a, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm fully expecting this to be Fear carry Lina. I don't know if it's going to be position 1 or 2. That all depends, I think, on how much farm Universe actually gets, which is what's going to determine it for him. I feel what position Fear plays, because he can play this Lina at any position. He can play position 5 Lina and still do good. So, but we do have this little game on our hands, and looks like they're actually going to be rotating towards the top, and I'm going to be trying to prevent Ice from getting this first rune up here. And bottom will be Universe. Contesting that, he of course doesn't know that there's only FY down there, who is even invis. So they got a secure rune there, and Somali will be getting a rune towards his bottle. So the lanes are as follows. Looks like, yep, they're going to be running it as dual lanes. PPD is going to be on the Bane up on top lane, where we got Fear sitting up there as well. He's going to be taking basically all the last hits he can get his hands on. And Universe will be backed up by Coddle down in that bottom lane by Aoi 2000. Coddle lane off lane. But yeah, it's going to be a rather safe lane for Universe. He's going up against, for now, a solo safe lane Howl. As FY is doing a bit of rotation here. He's going up towards that top lane. They already got the sentry ward down to try to scout out for him. And yeah, Fair and PPD, they're going to go up against Fenrir, Ice, and FY if he chooses to stick around. So Undying, Skywrath Mage, they're probably looking for a couple of early kills on this already very, very squishy Lina, who's already taken 2 decays. So Ice should be having a good time up here. Very much kill potential coming out there. PPD gonna take her ass, and they're just gonna try to zone him out and try to deny Lina as much farm as possible. The unfortunate thing about Lina is that she still works as a support, and she's rather good at coming back. So if the lane goes to shit, it could be a lot worse. Dragon Knight will be going up against will be played by Super, going up against Somali on the Tinker here. This should be a yeah, better lineup for the Tinkers. He can pop out that lace every once in a while, force Super back, and generally zone him out. The decays, they're all on point for my SSIs today. He actually caught both with that one. And down the bottom lane, Universe has dove in quite deep here. How? He's sitting inside the tree line. Universe, he's not looking for him, but they have pushed in the lane. How just gonna appear, or make his appearance with the Shadow Strike there. Gonna try to harass him out. Fear taking so much harass about the top lane. He's only found 1 last hit so far, and they're even pulling the camps right now, so they're barely getting any experience. If we look at it, PPD and Fear, they barely have 100 experience per minute. Fear is still level 2, and PPD, he's still level 1, hasn't even skilled anything yet. This is how ridiculously underfarmed they both are. So we do have Aoi. Not really rotating up towards How. So he does have a the Surge rune, the Speed rune, aka Haste rune. He's gonna be slowly backing down towards that bottom lane. I'm not really sure he can actually try anything. He can just walk in and just basically do a bit of stuff up on top lane. They have actually Diamond Deep. Tombstone is down from Ice. There goes the stun. It's gonna latch. PPD, he's in trouble though. It's getting slowed so much by the zombies. He's probably gonna be first blood. Not yet, but the zombies, they should finish him off. And there it is. Fear might go a second though. Gonna try to get a sense on Fenrir, but not gonna happen. And there will be one kill towards the Undying. The first blood going to him, and Fenrir will be picking up kill number 2. So tri-lane up at top lane working out so far for EG with great success. But as soon as Somali he gets those boots of travels and starts to jump about with the laser, heat seek, and missile, he should be able to secure Fear some farm up in that top lane, because God knows he really needs it. Don't think he expected it to be this harsh of a lane. How? Rotated back down the bottom, has not had the best of lanes. He's about level 4. But he's in about the same scenario as Fear. Like, he's been gaining levels though, but Queen of Pain can work somewhat without farm. Like, it's good to get, but it's not the worst hero not to get farm on. And if you play defensively, if you don't get any farm and never blink forward, always blink backwards, you should be able to catch up quite easily. Fear doesn't have the luxury of that, unless he gets the, not even if he gets the blink dagger. I think he's gonna go, I have a feeling that, considering his position right now, it's probably gonna be Blades of Attack, or aka, a pair of Blades of Attack into a pair of Face Boots for Fear, and then he's gonna turn into a Yule Scepter to try to grant him some of that mobility to try to get away from a potential gank coming out from FY. And speaking of FY, he's actually rotating towards the top lane, but Fenrir has gone bottom. Aoi is taking quite a lot of damage from the Skywrath Mage. He might actually fall. There is no universe to protect him right now. Has to find a TP scroll. He's gonna drop though. Universe? I think he's looking for How here. He doesn't have a blink. He actually blinked forward. There goes the stick charges though. Universe is taking so much damage as Fenrir has rotated back, and he should be going down almost at least. There it is. How picking up a kill down that bottom lane, and ViCi starting out strong here. Top lane, Ice. He might get caught. PPD is gonna go down. Fear, can he power through? No, he can't. There goes the Coddle though. Takes down Ice. So the first kill off from EG, but they do lose Fear and PPD up in that top lane. So Somali, it's basically all riding on him right now. He's got a Soul Ring and a bottle double damage room, but he can't really use that for them. Gonna rotate up towards top. They do have a ward down, so they know... Not really. They don't have any observers down, so they don't know that FY is in the river. Up on top, they have turned it into a tri-lane. Have left Universe down that bottom lane. It's Ice. He might get caught. There goes the Sunstrike. Lightstrike Array. Everything. Not exactly Sunstrike. But Ice, he's not going to drop, though. Does manage to get off the stick charges. I think they were counting on the damage to be enough. Thank you. But yeah, Lightstrike Array plus Coddle Blast plus Nightmare apparently wasn't enough. I don't think Brain Sap was committed to that fight, but I think that would have been the nail in the coffin, though. FY sitting up inside the jungle. Somali, think he knows he's there. Is going to be starting to take possible jungle camps here. It should be able to farm up relatively fast. As FI rotating in, Somali, he's quite low. He's got to be careful. There goes the Tombstone. Ice joining in, and Somali is going to go down. And dreadful start out from EG so far. Middle lane, Super has turned into a dragon and going to be batting down that middle tower with the help of Ice and FI. We're now rotating in. Fenrir sitting off to the back, just going to provide some form of security from the rotations that are now coming in. Aoi is back, probably going to just be Coddle Blasting. That's about all he can do right now. As Ice, he's actually gone looking for him. He's going to pop the Golem and is going to bash Howie to bits. VG, super good start here. And last hit out by the Dragon Knight. I am actually very surprised about the start. And VG, they also have the late game heroes as well. I mean, Bristleback, he's he's best doing the mid game, and likewise with the Lina. Like, they shouldn't exactly be stomping right now, but they should be in like 5-10 minutes time. That's when they should be starting to come online. And ViCi, they're just completely countering that out. Fear doesn't even have the Laguna Blade yet, but once that comes online, it's gonna be problematic for the Bounty Hunter to stay alive, and even the Queen of Pain. Depends on what she actually gets. Has gone for the bracers just to get a bit of extra survivability in. Somali has been scouted out by FY here. He knows he's sitting in there. Doesn't have the track just yet, so no bonus gold as of yet. Has got a bit of a higher GPM this time, I think. He's actually sitting quite comfortably at 209 or 39, excuse me. It's been a while since I've casted. It's my first cast in like two and a half days. So, FY, he's found Aoi. This is the target he definitely wants to take. He's going to be popping Invis again, going to try to bash him down. Doesn't have invisibility, and Aoi going to be making it out scot-free. As Fear is getting the bottle. Now, I don't think that was what he was going for, but he's got to get it now. Like, he's been ganked so much and is in such short supply of mana that he really, really needs it. Hal sitting inside the woods there. He's just hiding out from PPD and Fear. Somali and R2000. FY has scouted them out again. Ice. He's sitting a bit off to the back. Somali, it looks like they want to go on Fenrir rotating in as well. There goes the tombstone, and Somali, he's down. He is down and out for the count. Nothing they can do about it. And ViCi, they're dominating. Like, there's not really anything else to say about it. They're just wrecking so much face right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fenrir did eat a Coil Blast to the face. Ice just doesn't care about tower damage and is halfway towards the mech already. I think he's actually getting it on the way now. Not exactly. He's getting the head thrust, so still short of the buckler. But yeah, this is not the start of DG wanted. I think they were hoping to dominate right off the bat, but the Skywrath Mage and the oh, hold on a second. Fear is gonna hit this stun, but he's in so much trouble. He's tracked as well. How? He does have a Sonic Wave, not gonna commit it just yet. Fear looks like he wants to go back in. The rotation was cancelled, so he's all alone up there. PPD going back. And Dragon Knight, aka Super, taking the bottom tower as well. Aoi, they're gonna try to clear out the waves here as Fenrir trying to push him in as well. He has the Arcane Boots now. They're basically done, unless he wants to go Soul Ring Triangles, or Soul Ring Triangles, as we've seen a lot of teams do. Love the fact that ViCi have like this big ass logo down there, and EG, it only says Evil Geniuses at the bottom, but sponsors taking up most of it, most of the screen. As FY, he's in behind enemy lines. They have a ward down, so in case he goes underneath, I should be able to reveal him. He knows though. It's gonna be Track and Fear. Rotating further back into the jungle here. Basically just tracking everybody. They know he's sitting in there. Somali, I think he's gonna go looking for him now. Not really. Oh, hold on. Gonna be running into Fear. They caught him out with the Nightmare. Somali rotating in. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana. It's tracked as well, and looks like FY will be making it home scot safe. As Fenrir and Ice going ham on Universe. And in Fear, there's not really much you can do. Gonna throw out a Dragon Slayer, but that's not gonna do much to the big bad dragon. As Aoi gonna get chased back into their own base as well. There goes the blast. Outwards. But yeah. EG, they're getting dominated right now. How blinking forward, finding a kill onto the Coddle. How getting stunned up by Fear, but there's not really much you can do. Has the Laguna Blade, but it's not going to be taking How down. Not even close. Should burn him about half of his HP, if I could speak today. PPD doesn't even have a Fiend Script yet. He barely has any mana. So not really much you can do besides just right-clicking them down. Fear. He's rotating in. Universe is back in. But now they're going to jump on a PPD. They're going to find him. How? Taking that kill. And he's on a killing spree right now. FY just making sure that everybody attract at any given point. And I don't really see anything that EG can do. I mean, most of the spells, yeah, sure, they're on cooldown for ViCi, but basically all their big ultimates. But they're still gonna try to take this. Universe is gonna get burned down. There goes the tombstone, and he's just gonna melt. How to melt a bristleback? That's it right there. Just drop a tombstone and just sit all over him. And ViCi right now, this is crazy. They're playing ridiculously well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Got the mech going, they got the Inner Shadows, and they got the Arcane Boots. Now Somali has the boot to travel, so should be able to do or to get some split pushing done. But in the end, EG, they're gonna have to fight their way through this. They can't split push themselves to victory. Not with
Radiant's bottom tower
not while
is under
ViCi have a lead
attack.
like this. As Dragonite gonna be picking up the Shadow Blade as well, so a lot of invisibility coming out from ViCi and a lot of gank potential. Not really sure it's actually the right choice. I feel with that big of a lead that he could go for something a bit more aggressive. Not really entirely positive. I don't know how he's actually working in the new meta currently. Dragon Knight. But maybe something like just straight BKB, that would actually not be half that bad. Fair. Just getting forced back there. As mid, PPD and Aoi. Just clearing out creep waves for now. Super. I think he's gonna look to just push up a bit here. Try to apply some pressure to that bottom lane tower. Ice gonna drop the tombstone. PPD. He's gonna go down again. And this is just... oh man. This is just painful to watch. Bane just hit level 6 and he's 0-4. Ice sitting off in the woods here. There goes the central ward. So they shouldn't see any FY rotations coming in, but he's sitting all the way up in the top lane, so no problem for him there. So they're gonna look to push this in. They do have How, who's fairly low by now.
Dire's
Gonna be
bottom
rotating
tower
back
is
in.
under attack.
Ice slowly gonna be fist bumping down the tower. As the Coddle Blast is gonna be flying through. And Ice. Rotating back top lane, not actually gonna commit the
Radiant's
TP.
tower is under attack.
And How going back mid. Looks like they might actually want to engage on this. EG, they're looking for Ice. The tombstone is gonna go down as well. Mech is gonna save him. PPD, he's still alive, but taken down by the urn. But they'll just take the tombstone and be happy with it. Ice though, he doesn't feel like he's done yet. Still has the golem. Is gonna get stunned up, and it's gonna end up dropping. PPD will pay with it for his life, and the Fenrir will go down as well. So equal trade here. Somali did go down up in the top lane, but aggressive blink out from How. It's gonna get stunned up by the Light Strike Array, but should be able to find Fear, and there it is. How dominating right now. He is 4-0. And down on the bottom lane, FY. He is underneath the ward there. But I was going to be putting pressure on that mid lane tower. Tier 3s. Universe. Oh, that's a nice nightmare, but do they have the follow-up damage? FY is sitting in there as well, so they do have to be careful. No follow-up. FY. It's got 6 assists, and I do believe that was 6 track kills. So, might not have been all 6 track kills, but the amount of gold that Bounty Hunter actually provides you with the track is just absolutely amazing. So easy to get your own heroes to snowball. Somali. Not really sure where he rotated. He should have been going back to base. Yep. Actually did, and Universe trying to take on the Ancients here. Is FY going to be rotating and possibly scouting him out here. He's actually taking damage from the Quills. They do know it, or Universe, he doesn't know. And now the rotations are coming in. Super is going to go into Dragon form. Universe now going to get tracked up. Stunned up by the little spinny blade thing. Yes, Universe is not going to be eating the full duration of the ulti. It's just going to be taking some. Ice dropping the Tombstone, but they have not managed to bring him down just yet. Tombstone should be falling at this rate, and Ice is desperately trying to keep it alive. It's Universe. Don't know if he actually took it or not, but FY. Not gonna get caught just yet. Fear did take a bit of damage. As Super now going in, Somali is gonna get stunned up, and he's gonna almost go down. Gonna get saved by the Nightmare as Hao jumping in. He doesn't have an ulti just yet. And Ichi, they have to play so defensively right now. ViCi, they're just toying with them. And as soon as they remove that that bottom tier 2, it's gonna be so much easier for ViCi to just apply pressure on that middle lane.
Dire's bottom tower is
Orchid.
under attack.
It's up for Hao. That's gonna be such a good item for Fear
Dire's
to go up against this
bottom
Lina.
tower has fallen.
And the Tinker as well. They're so reliant on the spells. It's absolutely amazing. Somebody like Universe, it would not really be a problem because, I mean, it's just gonna equalize the damage done by the Bristleback, but or the reduction by the Bristleback. But up against somebody like Alina or Somali, you can just burn them down so damn fast. And they're gonna be taking on Roshan now. Doesn't really have the fastest Roche team. And Ice has picked up the Guardian Greaves, of course, with the Knight's Purge to it as well. So that should... I don't know if it's actually going to cancel out stuns. It's not going to cancel out channeled, but just regular stuns. And Hao. He's now sitting on an Orchid, so he's about where he wants to be for the next 5 minutes. Could be walking into a Sheepstick as well. Depends on what he actually, what position he actually wants to play this in.
Roshan has
As
fallen.
Super
The Radiant.
will be grabbing that Aegis of the Immortal. And rotating down towards that mid lane. Has a double damage rune as well. So much damage could be coming out from him. And this is something they want to take a fight of. Having the Aegis in store, and if they can keep the double damage rune available until that, then that's going to be more than worth it. Universe picking up his Vanguard, has the mech as well, so I mean, he's not looking half that bad. Like, compared to how rough of a game he's had so far, he's not looking half that bad. Fear is probably the one who's been having the worst game so far.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
PBD you could argue, but Fear, he's not been able to accomplish anything at all. And FY, Fenrir, the entire ViCi squad, they're smoked up. Smoke is going to get broken by PPD. They have to retreat back into the base. Coddle is way out. Probably should be TPing back relatively soon. As the entirety of the EG squad, they're just sitting inside their own base right now. And Super and Hao are going to be rotating out, try to put pressure on it.
Radiant's
Could try to go for that top tower as well.
fortified.
Does have a fair amount of HP, but looks like they will try to break high ground. Ice. Has not dropped the Tombstone yet. He's going to soul rip himself. As they'll hang on for now, but nothing to deal with that slow siege.
Tower has fallen.
The bottom tower
Tower is under attack.
has fallen. As Fenrir, that is probably one of the fastest Rod of Atos I have ever seen. Like, seriously, that is a seriously fast Rod out from Skywrath Mage. That is about 21 minutes. So no arcanes for him, just going to go straight for the Rod of Atos. Does have the intelligence he needs, so tomatoes tomato. That is the BKB, going to be coming out on Super relatively soon. He's basically acting as their carry slash tank. Because Undying is going to fall off in terms of just basically, not really in terms of tanking up, but being a presence. Like, he's going to fall off, but Super is not. He's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's actually just going to drop the Tombstone just for the shift form of it.
Haste!
Top lane, Hao. Could try to go for Aoi actually. I think he has the burst for it. Of course, it's a lot to commit a Sonic Wave just for a Coddle, but it's still a good pickup that could enable them to push a bit. And generally, it's just so hard for EG to come back right now. I mean, they've dug themselves into such a hole that it's difficult to come back out from. But they're getting spaced right now. They gotta farm up. They gotta try to see if they can at least use the map somewhat to get some farm on themselves. Sphere, he's farming up nicely. He's walking his way towards that Yules and should be able to do a lot of work with that once it's up and online. They can combo that well with the Coddle Blast and the not really as much the Bane, but they can combo it up nicely with the Coddle Blast and Tinker perhaps as well. Or generally you just try to stall somebody like Dragon Knight or AK Super so they can get some damage, some proper damage off of him. Like just try to delay him. Delay his entry into the fight. Because they can't fight him. They can't fight 5-on-5. So if they can delay him for those first 2 seconds, they could potentially take him on once his teammates have dropped off. As there goes the smoke. Looks like they will rotate maybe up towards the top lane. Super finding a regeneration rune. It's PPD and Aoi. They do know Fenrir is sitting there. They just don't know where everybody else are. And ice. They might just try to creep skip here. Aoi, nope, he's rotating back. No cancel. Down the bottom lane, Somali. He's gonna be saying hi to How. As they're pretty much equally strong at this point, I feel. Even though that the Tinker is behind by a little bit, the fact that he almost has the Dagon, and when he gets the Dagon, he should be able to deal with the Quap somewhat well. It depends. Oh, there goes the Orchid though. It's just what I was about to say. How though? It's getting stunned up. It's gonna get brought down here, and Bane taking that kill. But yeah, if Somali can take it out before the Orchid goes off, which is difficult, Somali's gonna win that fight and burst alone. But he needs something more of himself. He needs like a what the hell do you call that? A sheepstick, potentially. And there's a long way to that. He's barely getting the Dagon done by now, and they're gonna trade House Death for top tier 2 top. And that's a relatively good trade for ViCi. Not a problem there for them. Universe. TPing back into the well. They have to be so careful right now. They are all carrying TPs in case they get caught out. That's exactly what you gotta do. If you're playing dangerously, you gotta have a TP. Ice. Is sitting alone up in that top lane, PPD. It's just gonna be winding up here. And ViCi, they've kind of taken the pace out of this game. They know they're not really in a hurry as of right now. They know they've got late game and got everything under control. And actually, the funny thing is that FY, he's basically become redundant now. He's not really doing anything at all at this point. He's actually chosen to go for the very, very support-minded bounty hunter. Arcane's Null and Urn of Shadows. Plus the Blade Mills, Aoi, he's gonna drop, no question about it. And FY will be taking that kill, so. It's actually sitting on about 2k gold, which is fairly a lot for a bounty hunter. 2-0-6 as well. As this goal lead is just tremendous. Wow. I didn't even expect it to be that big, but I mean, you're sitting on almost 10k experience and 14,000 in gold. That's pretty damn good, and ViCi doesn't really look like, yeah, they're in a hurry as of right now. They're not trying basically anything right now. Just sitting back, just farming up. Ice getting a lot of last hits for an Undying. Sitting on about 100, out farming Fierce Lina, who's like one of the fastest farmers in the game. And ice. Pushing up the mid lane. Looks like they want to apply some pressure to that mid lane. They don't have the Aegis anymore, which is rather unfortunate. But then again, ViCi, I don't even think they need it. They are going to be fighting uphill. and into AoE's deep push, which is the amazing thing about having a Coddle, is that you can just afford to actually play this defensively. But if they're going to fight, they're going to be fighting uphill, and currently without Hao, who's probably going to be dropping in once the fight erupts.
Double damage.
Double damage through an attack, or activated by Dragonite. I think that was just the duration running out. I don't think that was an actual. And actual, I'm gonna use double damage through now, type of thing. Somali rotating towards the top lane, gonna try to see if we can get some damage done on the towers. This ViCi looks like they're ready to slowly start to siege high ground. They have rotated Hao up, so they're all 5 on this mid lane right now, and they know that Somali a second ago he was up on the top lane. Clearing out the creep wave. ISSI's gonna drop the tombstone. I think they want to go in for it. Somali is back and is going to be dropping 2 rockets here as Coddle Blast will be coming through. It's probably going to get sucked up by the pipe. Bristle is going to get orchided up as well as Track. They got tracks on basically everybody. Fear not able to do anything, not landing the stun. PPD is going to get stunned up and it's going to get dropped. That's the first one down. There goes the Laguna Blade on ISSI. It's not really doing much. Universe is in so much trouble. Lina going to be dropping as well. Buyback from Fear. Universe is going to go down, and I don't think there's much more that they can do. ViCi, they've punished every single aspect of this lineup, and Universe is back, and it's going to get turned into a pig by this Orchid picked up from Howan. They're just going to back off. They're not going to be, they don't want to lose anything, basically. They're going to punish this Ichi team so badly, like, just going in and taking what you can get without casualties. They could have overextended, they could have tried to go for something more, but they realize that they're just going to try to starve ViCi out. Like, they can't even leave their own base anymore. And Somali looks like he will be in a lot of trouble there. Yep, he's going to go down. And very, very greedy out by him. Pushing this close to their own base right after ViCi took a fight there. Coddle now has a very, very fast Aghanim Scepter for a support Coddle. But then again, he's not poor in terms of last hits. Has actually 69 last hits. And even a fairly decent GPM. But it's only the Ags. But then again, he really, really needs it. How? Don't know. Could be a BKB he's looking for next. Not entirely positive. It's not the best BKB game. Sure, there's the laser and the laser's pure though, but the miss chance is not going to be there. Hold on, they're eventually diving in. Super is going to try to find Fear, but the Fiend script is going to be slowing him down. How? Is sitting in there as well. Universe, they're just running around, like, just completely scattering. Soul Rip is going to finish up Fear. Now they're turning their attention towards PPD, going to bring him down as well. I think Universe is the next one, and they're just going to slow him down so badly to a grinding halt. Not going to bring him down just yet, but looks like the middle racks will fall off the back of this. No buyback for Fear or PPD. And Somali, there's not much he can do. There goes the heat-seeking missile. Dire racks are going to drop. The range tracks will fall as well. And this is exactly what ViCi wants. They're just going to starve him out completely. And I don't see a way for EG to come back into this. They're 25k behind. There's no farmer. Well, like, even the quickest farmer in the game is not going to be catching that up. Like, they just can't out-carry ViCi. Dragonite is just too big at this point. Sitting at 2.45, almost 2.5k HP. They don't have enough burst in the Lina, Tinker, and Bane alone to bring him down. Like, the damage is just not there. And they're just gonna take an Aegis and just say, well, we're just gonna come back and then have yourself, or have you guys just, I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm just so mind blown that they're actually doing this well ViCi after the first game. But yeah, looks like they will just return for another visit. FY, it's like he might scout out a couple of people. Has actually gone for the Lincoln Sphere, which is fairly standard for Bounty Hunter. It's gonna give you a second chance to get that Shadow Walk off. Super is Invis. I think he's actually looking for pickoffs here. Maybe not. Maybe not. He knows that there are wards on the high ground. The vision range for the central ward is not that long, so I don't think it went within range, but He's gonna break the high ground now as the rotations, they're not back, and Ice and How, they're just taking the bottom lane for now. FY, just making sure that everybody at track currently kind of get some of that vision out there. Dragon Knight is sitting in the middle of everything. Pipe is gonna go. Ice, he's diving in deep. Has the tombstone brought down, and Universe is getting forced out by Super. There's not really anything they can do. The tower's just gonna drop, and they have no initiations. Universe is gonna get turned into a pig. Got the Mystic Flare and the Sonic Wave as How and Ice will be taking good care of him. Fear might actually drop as well. Yule's just gonna save Fear for now. Fenrir though, he's in it for the win, and he's gonna be taking the kill on his Gareth Mage. GG out by EG. 33 minutes it took for ViCi to beat him, and that was wow. That was basically a walkover for ViCi. Game 1 was a walkover for EG. But ViCi, I feel this game, they just outplayed EG completely. They just outplayed Evil Geniuses. No question about it. As even the Bounty Hunter got some farm this game. 9 last hits, of course, not really a whole lot, but oh wow. Anyway, that about rounds it off for me. Not sure if I'll be taking on game 2. Might actually do that after I get a shower and get livened up a little bit. But regardless, hopefully you did enjoy the cast, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.